All right, we're live. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Playbook Podcast. This is episode 10 or 9 if you don't want to count the weekend bonus episode. I don't care. Do whatever you want. But yeah, episode 10, really excited for this one, guys. I feel like each time I hop back on here, I feel like it's been a while since we've been here. So there's not much to talk about in the sports world, but we're going to talk about what was taking place. You know, a lot of the kind of mid-season lulls in terms of the NFL right now. The NBA season's ramping up slowly. MLB's over. So not as much going on, but we're still going to bring you guys what we have here, and I'm looking forward to this, guys. So yeah, we're going to hop right into this. On last Thursday, right before, I guess after episode 9, the Texans played the Jets. This was a pretty rough game for the Texans, I'd say. If you guys are able to watch it, it was a rough go of it for the Texans. They did lose to the Jets 13-21, which is pretty bad. You know, losing to the Jets at this point is pretty rough. The Texans are battered. They're pretty beat up. They don't have their two best wide receivers in Nico Collins or Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs out for the season and Nico Collins out for a while. So that's kind of rough, a rough situation there. So you kind of have to lean on Tank Dell, some other guys, Joe Mixon. CJ Stroud struggled. He was 11 for 30, 191 passing yards, a 59.2 passer rating. Not very good. Really not very good at all. If you go to the other side, Aaron Rodgers actually plays a pretty decent game. 22 for 32, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns. One of them, we're going to talk about this in a little bit. One of those touchdowns shouldn't even count for Aaron Rodgers. It should count exclusively for Garrett Wilson because of how good the catch was. We'll discuss that catch later. And I want to talk about, where we rank that in our either catches of the decade or of all time or whatever. But yeah, guys, the Jets finally pulled it out. They finally put together some kind of offense. 21 points is like probably a season high for them. I'm not even kidding. I actually don't know. I'm going to check real quick. I doubt it's a season high, right? No. Okay. 24. 24 is their season. 24. So really close to that season high of 24, but they did what they needed to do. They got the job done. They beat a depleted but good Texans team. So kind of, what do you guys think about this in terms of the Jets? Because I will talk about the Texans later, but for the Jets, this is a pretty big win for them. Is there any hope the Jets can make the playoffs this year still, Trey?
No. Let's take the breaks. Let's calm down for a second. Let's calm down.
I'm calm.
I'm very calm.
This team is so overrated. The face of the franchise is Greeny. It's not Aaron Rodgers. That's how bad this team is. Okay, if CJ Stroud had Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs on the field, they're winning this game.
Probably.
But yeah, they're hurt. They're hurt. But you know what? Come on. This team lost to the Patriots. This team has lost to the Steelers at QB position over there. Who doesn't know who's the QB of the next week or the next after that? So let's just calm down. It's not a big deal. Good win. I'll give him the credit. Good win. But as far as making the playoffs, I don't know about that. I doubt it. If they do win the wild card, they're going to be in the wild card spot, and they're going to get beat. They're going to get destroyed.
All right. Yeah. It's kind of a tough hill to climb when you start 3-6, or when you start 3-6. It's especially in that division in the AFC. In that division, the Bills are kind of running away with it. So your best chance is a wild card spot. So I guess, asking Jaden a little different question. Do you think that this win means a lot to the Jets in terms of the fact that they can springboard off of this and maybe at least go for a run for the playoffs, win 5 of 6 or something like that?
I think this will give them, confidence that they can win a game. But
Yeah, that's true.
I think the fact that, they can have a lot of confidence that they can win the game. But, as far as their team goes, they don't really have a team that, can back that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like Trey said, they got to win, and we'll give them that. I mean, Aaron Rodgers probably played one of his better games of the season.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, best game of the season, right?
But I mean, they were playing against a hurt Texans team, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it will give them confidence. Coming out with a win, but as far as making it to the playoffs and having a consistent win rate, I think that's going to be tough for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I think some big things for the Jets. One, they finally scored touchdowns, which is obviously very good for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think another thing that I think a lot of people are missing or forgetting is that Hassan Reddick is back. He played in this game. He was actually there. And one of the issues the Jets have been having since, Bryce Huff got traded to the Eagles was that they were struggling to get to the passer. And Hassan Reddick comes in, he creates pressure, he gets half a sack, which, isn't mind-boggling numbers, but he opens it up for other people's. Like Jermaine Sherwood is able to go get 2 sacks, and Quinnen Williams is finally starting to look like Quinnen Williams again, a sack and a half. So you add Hassan Reddick, the offense looks like it's somewhat working, kind of. My major concern is for the Jets is that schedule, and they kind of have to dig themselves out of this, right? So they get the Cardinals, they get the Colts, then they get the bye. You can win those games. I'd say best case scenario, you go 1-1 there. But I think if they want a chance to make it to the playoffs, they have to win 5 of the next 6 games.
Yeah.
And that would be at least 5 wins out of these. Arizona, the Cardinals, the Colts, the Seahawks, the Dolphins, the Jags, and the Rams. That's their next 6 games. They have some winnable games there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if y'all look at it, the Cardinals, that's winnable. I think the Colts is winnable.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks is probably one of their tougher games. Geno Smith's playing well. They have a good squad over there. Then they play Miami. That's winnable. Miami's really kind of struggling right now.
Yeah.
They play the Jaguars, which is the most winnable game they have on the schedule in those next 6. And then they play the Rams, which will be extremely tough.
Yeah.
So can they pull something together? 5 of 6. If they win the next 5 of the next 6 games, that would put them at 8-7. At 8-7, your last 2 games were the Bills and the Dolphins. You win one of those, get yourself 9. You might get a wild card, right? You might.
Yeah.
You want to win both to get to 10. You probably get a wild card. It's going to be hard if they had one more game that they lost. This is way more doable.
Yeah.
If they're 4-5 instead of 3-6, this is a whole different ball game. But it's going to be really difficult. So before we talk about Garrett Wilson, let's switch over to the Texans, and I want to ask the simple question: was this simply a result of the injuries, or is there cause for concern with the seeming sophomore slump that CJ Stroud is in right now?
I think so. I think it's a little bit of both, because you look at last year with CJ Stroud, he was balling out.
Mm-hmm.
And this year's a little quiet. Like, I'm kind of surprised by it. I mean, I know it's a second year in the NFL, but I don't know because of the pressure people are giving him, especially myself and you, Nick. I don't know if it's the pressure, but it could be a little bit of sophomore slump. I thought that's okay.
Yeah,
he's still young. We got a lot to develop still, so
yeah.
I think it's more the sophomore slump than the injuries.
Yeah, I think so too. So right now he's at 2,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's already 1 interception away from tying last year, only 9 games through the year. And if you look across the board, his completion percentage is down. It's only by like 0.5%, but it's still down. His yards per throw down from 8.2 to 7.2. His rating is down from 100 to 91, and his QBR is down from 58 to 56. That's a scale of 0 to 100. It seems like a little bit of a slump. I think I agree with you on that. Obviously, losing your 2 best weapons hurts bad, but it's still a little bit of a cause for concern. What are your thoughts, Jaden?
Well, I think it's what y'all are saying is a sophomore slump, but it almost seems like what's happening to C.J. Stroud with these injuries is it almost looks like it's going to be the same thing that happened with Brock Purdy when he lost CMC. Losing good people like this, kind of puts a little pressure on him and makes him have to look for different opportunities and different openings. So I think that I'm not concerned about him in the sense of he can't come back from this, because he definitely can.
Definitely, yeah.
Even with the injuries that he's dealing with, I think he can come back from. I think he's got to do a little more, readjusting and kind of lock back into the game.
Yeah, definitely. I think that another problem I think CJ Stroud is having is simply that we have all watched Patrick Mahomes play football. And when you're in an era with a talent like him, you get standards placed upon you that are different, right? Mm-hmm. You look at guys like Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger. I can go on, Aaron Rodgers, and you can include him on that. I could go on. Who were those guys compared to? Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, yeah.
Right? They played in the same era. So you look at a guy like Drew Brees, who had a fantastic, amazing career, and people look at him probably with less respect, or at least, respect for his career than they should, because he was in the same era as Tom Brady. Well, and the same thing is going here, I think, with CJ Stroud and Mahomes. It's like we expect CJ Stroud to rise above all these injuries that he's having on his team, to rise above all this. And why is that? Because we saw Patrick Mahomes win a Super Bowl with Juju Smith-Schuster as his best wide receiver.
Yeah.
So you got a guy who's doing TikTok dances pregame, and Mahomes is using him and making him look like prime Julian Edelman. It's just like insane. So I think CJ Stroud and a lot of these young quarterbacks, throughout the rest of their career, are going to struggle with the fact that they play in the same league as Patrick Mahomes at the same time when he's in his prime, right?
Yeah.
That's really hard. We see Patrick Mahomes with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce win a Super Bowl. We see him lose Travis Kelce, have Juju Smith-Schuster. Lose Tyreek Hill, have Juju Smith-Schuster. He still wins a Super Bowl, and MVS is catching extremely clutch passes in the Super Bowl, and then Travis Kelce's starting to age, and then he has this young guy, Rashee Rice, and he wins a Super Bowl, and he throws the game-winning touchdown to McCole Hardman, and it's like, it's going to be really hard for, I think, a lot of these young guys to overcome the standards that he has set. And I think CJ Stroud's dealing with that right now. I didn't mean that to turn into a Mahomes thing, but I think when you have someone as good as Mahomes, he's always there when you talk about other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right? He's the gold standard, just like Tom Brady was, just like, Joe Montana was, just like Peyton Manning was. And Peyton Manning's one of the guys that was able to still play in the same era as Brady, and able to rise above and beat him a couple times at least. And so far, we thought that was going to be Joe Burrow, but it hasn't really happened yet. And I think CJ Stroud could, become that. But he's, like Jaden says, he's got to overcome this. He's got to overcome all these injuries. So
Yeah, I think it has better potential. I'm gonna say I think it has better potential being better than Joe Burrow in his career.
Wow.
That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's right there. Like, I mean, if we were to do a quick quarterback ranking, because I mean, we don't have a lot of games to talk about, so let's just go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. We do a quick quarterback ranking in the current stage that the NFL is in. We all have Patrick Mahomes 1.
Yep.
Obviously. Number 2, I would put right now is Josh Allen.
I don't know about that. I think Lamar Jackson's 2 for me.
Okay, Lamar. What about you, Jaden?
Same.
Lamar. Okay, so I would have Lamar 3. So I have Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, and then who is y'all's third?
Third is Josh Allen.
Josh. Okay.
I'd probably have to say the same thing.
Okay, yeah. So we just have 2 and 3 swapped. My fourth, this is where it gets like really tricky and interesting. There's a lot of guys who could go here, but I feel dirty putting anyone but Burrow at 4. I know that we have our issues with some of the way the media portrays him and all that, and I get that. But on like a pure, he's the only guy who's actually beaten Mahomes who's not named Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like we got to at least have that respect. And
yeah.
I think I'd put him at 4, and then 5 is probably the hardest spot.
Yeah, it's open.
There's a lot of guys that could go there. CJ Stroud, for some definitely could go there. Before this kind of slump he was having, I probably would have put him at 5. Then you got, I mean, it gets so tricky. You could throw Matt Stafford there. Some people, I mean, I love Matt Stafford. I think he's unbelievably good. He's won a Super Bowl. He beat Joe Burrow in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You could put a number of guys there. I think, if we're going strictly off this season, that's one thing, but I'm kind of going off like the past couple of years, right? So I would like include probably 5 or 6 years in my mind in my rankings. That's kind of why I have it put the way I do. So 5, I mean, while I'm thinking, Trey, Jaden, do you have your 5th?
Fifth.
That's like hard.
I don't have one.
I mean, there's Jordan. I think Jordan Love's gonna be right there. But he's
yeah,
young.
He could.
Young.
He's very young.
But maybe one day. I don't know, man. Number 5. I might put Matthew Stafford at 5.
5. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I don't think I am.
You're gonna say Brock Purdy.
And I'm not gonna say Brock Purdy. Trust me. The only if there's a 1 in front of the 5, then I'll put Brock Purdy there. 15. I'm not putting him at 5. I'd probably go Stafford there. I think I'd go Stafford. Yeah. I'd go Stafford. I think Stafford.
Who's your 5?
I don't really have one, but I'd probably have to go with him.
Yeah. It's really hard. It changes a lot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, before I started doing that is there's tiers of quarterbacking, right? Mahomes is in his own tier. Then I think most of everyone will agree the next tier is Josh Allen, Lamar, and Burrow, or if you want to put him in there in that next tier, I probably would do that. I'd probably put him in that tier, right below him. And then I think CJ Stroud's in that 3rd tier, right? So he's got a lot of climbing to do to get to that point where he can compete with those big hitters. I mean, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson both have had incredible careers. Lamar's a 2-time MVP, and he still hasn't reached the Mahomes standards. It's really, really hard. I didn't mean to turn this into a Mahomes thing because we're going to talk about the Chiefs later, but these young guys are going to be graded on the Mahomes curve.
Yeah.
So if Mahomes wasn't in the league right now, we would probably be giving CJ Stroud more of a pass. But I think a lot of people are going to start looking at him differently. Well, I saw Mahomes win a Super Bowl on one leg. It's like, because we did, and it's because he's superhuman and an alien, not because he's the anomaly, right? He's the exception, not the rule, right? So, but I think he can get out of the slump. That was like a 10-minute way to say I think he can get out of the slump, but I think he can. He's very talented. He's really good. He's got a great coach. His O-line needs help though, really bad. But yeah, so that's that. I do want to talk real quickly about that catch. I hope you guys saw it.
I did see it. I watched the
Garrett Wilson catch.
Yeah.
So I have a very hot take, and I know you guys aren't gonna like it. Okay, and you just got to listen to me, okay? I think that catch was better than OBJ's catch against the Cowboys. I do. I think it was better. I knew Trey wasn't going to agree with that. But let me explain myself, okay? So if you look at OBJ's catch, obviously that Trey's literally can't believe his ears. Just listen to me. Everyone who's doing the same thing as Trey, just listen to me. Why was OBJ's catch really good? He had to reach way far back, right? He caught it with 3 fingers. It was really impressive and awesome, and it was great, right? And Garrett Wilson was literally had to completely turn his body around. He caught it with one hand, and not only that's not where it ended, right? That's where it ended with OBJ, because he was already in bounds, and it was good. Garrett Wilson had to literally tap his foot down and then slam his shin down on the ground, all while keeping control of the ball at the same time. I feel like it was more difficult. It was a harder catch. And they both came in regular season games, so it's not like they're like, Super Bowl, like Santonio Holmes Super Bowl winning catcher, Tyree Wilson or anything like that. But you have this, just this feat of athleticism followed by body control out of this world, followed by precise, concentration to get your shin in bounds. It was just, and I saw it in real time. I saw the OBJ catch in real time too. And I legitimately could not believe my eyes when I saw the Garrett Wilson catch. They reviewed it and they called it a touchdown. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe what I just saw. Right. And OBJ's catch was awesome, but I was just like, that was a really, really cool catch. Like really good. He just caught it. He didn't have to do anything after he caught it. And Garrett Wilson had to completely shift his body around, get inbounds. And there was just, I think it was a higher degree of difficulty, equally as cool, but a higher degree of difficulty. And that's why I think so. So you guys can go ahead and roast me now.
Okay. I disagree with you, man. I do. Because when Odell was in New York, look at his pregame warm-ups, even in games sometimes too. All he ever did was one-handed catches. That's all he ever did.
Yeah.
I saw him do that against Josh. I'm not trying to discredit that catch at all. I'd probably put that number 3 in my book behind Randy Moss over Terrell Reeves when he mossed him like that. But Odell Beckham Jr. was it pass interference?
Mm-hmm.
Pass interference against the Cowboys. And I'll never forget hearing Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth saying, "What a catch, man!" It was 3 fingers. He called it with 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And top of that, it was on the next Madden cover. If that was his cover athlete, what was that? 3 fingers.
Yeah. I'm not debating the icon of the catch. I'm not debating that at all. But I think Garrett Wilson's was harder. It was a harder catch.
I can do that.
Okay, so that's just a blatant lie. That's just a straight up
I've seen
lie.
people do that.
I want you
in
to show
practice.
me a video of somebody doing that in practice. I would love to see
Odell
it.
Beckham Jr. did it in practice without pads.
Without pads and not in a game and not when it mattered, sure, obviously people can do that. But you have a guy literally draped all over you. You're running. You have to spot the ball in the air, contort your body. He hit the jump man, okay? He literally hit the jump man in midair, catches the ball, able to contort his body back around, get down, get in bounds, secure the touchdown. And OBJ's catch was awesome and really cool. But it was after the catch, it was over. And he didn't have to do anything after that. He was in bounds. It was over. Garrett Wilson literally had to move his body all the way around.
They challenged the play. The Cowboys challenged that play.
Okay, because the Cowboys are dumb. Not because that wasn't a catch. They challenge everything, and it never gets called, right? See any kind of Cowboys game, but the degree of difficulty, Garrett Wilson's was harder. It was a harder catch because he had to get inbounds too.
Eli Manning literally overthrew Odell Beckham Jr. and then on top of that, he was getting held.
Yeah,
OBJ was getting held by the cornerback. I forgot his name. Yeah, I don't know his name anymore. The fact that he overthrew him, on top of that, he was holding Odell Beckham Jr. He extended his rings. He extended his arm to catch that ball.
Yeah, I know. It was a great catch. It was awesome. Yeah, he extended it. He caught it. And then he didn't have to do anything else because he was already in bounds. He's just in the end zone. His booty hit the end zone, and it was a touchdown. And that was great. It was awesome. I don't think Aaron Rodgers threw a perfect ball to Garrett Wilson. I think it was a little overthrown because he had to hit the jump man to catch it. Right? When you have to hit the jump man to catch something, that means it probably wasn't a perfect pass. He hits the jump man as an Adidas sponsor, by the way. So Adidas probably going to be mad at him that he hit the jump man. He then is able to get his shin in bounds. It's just like so many more factors than the OBJ catch. I think it's a more difficult, and I think it was a better catch in the moment. You can debate the icon. Obviously, Odell Beckham's was more iconic, but that's not what I'm debating, right? I'm debating difficulty and how good the catch was. So that's my thoughts. Trey's thoughts. Jaden, what do you think? You're the tiebreaker. Whose catch was better?
So, my personal opinion, especially, kind of based off what Trey said, OBJ, he practiced and he did a lot of one-handed catches.
He created a trend.
But the thing is not to say that the catch that he made with 3 fingers isn't good, but you're used to him making one-handed catches, and obviously they're not all with 3 fingers, but and I think I'm gonna have to agree with Nick on this one.
Yeah, that's right. Good call.
And it's just for the fact of were they both tough passes to catch? Yes. But I agree with Nick, for
Absolutely.
him to be able to catch the ball and control it on the way down and still put himself in bounds, that's tough. And to catch the ball with 3 fingers is tough, but OBJ is used to catching one-handed passes. So
yeah. Let me ask you this, Nick and Jaden, was that play of the year?
Play of the year? I think so. I mean,
for me though, play of the year is Saquon jumping early.
That was awesome too. That was really, oh my Lord. Okay, so I just watched both catches back to back just because I wanted to make sure I wasn't losing my mind. I mean, this Garrett Wilson catch is actually unbelievable. Each time I watch it, I am actually more impressed. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that just confirmed it. I do think that was a better catch. You guys can let us know what y'all think. Both are obviously incredible, and the Odell Beckham catch is iconic, and it's cool that it happened in the same stadium. MetLife is apparently where you will tear your Achilles because the turf is so bad, but you'll make a spectacular catch. So there's that. But it's just 2 incredible catches. It's cool that they kind of came, OBJ's catch was almost 10 years ago. And, so it's cool that we kind of got our catch of the decade. I think that one was the catch of last decade. And I think this one's right up there. You have a couple other incredible catches, but I think this one was probably, my first reaction was that's the best catch I've ever seen. I literally said it out loud. I was literally watching the game by myself, and I was like, that's the best catch I've ever seen. Like, that was my immediate gut reaction. So I'm gonna roll with it, even if it's unpopular. That's my thoughts. Unbelievable catch. Garrett Wilson's a stud, an absolute stud for that. But obviously, massive respect to OBJ. His catch was also unbelievable. I mean, it's cool that they came in the same stadiums, but yeah. So there's that. I kind of wanted to touch on those couple things really quickly. Let me see here. Yeah, we're gonna move on.
I do think that Saquon's hurdle was player of the year.
Saquon's hurdle was really awesome.
He literally hurdle backwards.
Yeah, they're gonna make that to where you can do it in Madden, and that's gonna be really funny. I think I have to give it to Garrett Wilson still.
Bro, he hurdled backwards. I mean, not a lot of people can. I can't.
I get that. Okay, you can't do the Garrett Wilson catch either, but you said you could, so you're kind of all over the place right now.
People probably practice that in practice.
Not
everybody can practice that.
So I like I saw the Saquon hurdle, and I was like, that is incredible. But
the athleticism the guy has.
The athleticism, everything that it takes. But to be play of the year, I feel like it has to have been either a scoring play or like picking up a massive first down in like a really important situation, like on third down or something.
I mean, and Lamar Jackson won play and throw to himself.
Well, yeah, because that's crazy, and I didn't think that was a play of the year either. But I don't know. I just feel like the fact that it was a touchdown to go up in a game, an important game on 3rd and 19 for Garrett Wilson, that would make it play of the year for me. I think there should be like spectacular moment of the year. You could give something like that to the backwards hurdle or athletic play of the year. I don't know.
Here's the deal. The NFL's been around for 100 plus years. Okay, with Jim Brown as a running back, Barry Sanders, LaDainian Thompson, Emmitt Smith, forgot that guy's name from the Steelers, number 36, that big guy. I forgot his name, but that big dude. Of course, we had Le'Veon Bell when he was good, and all these running backs. Walter Payton. I've been watching. Barry Sanders to me is the most electrifying running back of all time. Talent-wise, I think he's the greatest running back of all time, in my opinion. By talent-wise, feet work and all that stuff. And Barry Sanders was shifty guy. But I've never seen any. I've watched football. I have watched 90s football, 80s football, 70s football, 2000s and 2010s and 2020, 2024 now. I've never seen a running back since I've been watching football hurdle backwards and jump over somebody backwards. And on top of that, the pitcher who took that picture and whoever took that picture is an amazing photographer. That's up there with one picture I ain't gonna say on the air. But I'm just saying.
Bro.
Here's the deal, okay? That play, no one hurdles backwards in a football game. I mean, people, if you're gonna do that, so is Mahomes behind a back pass overrated? Then
no one is saying the Saquon Barkley backwards hurdle is overrated. What I'm saying is that if your play gets you like 10 yards and it's really cool, it shouldn't be play of the year over like a really important touchdown that happened to be one of the best catches like anyone's ever seen in their lives.
I get that, but
I'm saying like if he backwards hurdled, okay, then give it athletic play of the year or spectacular moment. I don't know, but it was like against the Jaguars,
Here's
like
the deal, though.
the moment itself was like it was cool. It was really cool. It was awesome. But
Saquon's been battling injuries his whole career. He's
I
been
mean,
battling injuries.
I don't really.
The fact that this guy jumped over a guy backwards. I promise you, Nick, you've been watching football too as long as I have. Same with Jaden. I never seen running back do that. I've seen Barry Sanders. I think, like I said, Barry Sanders to me is the most electrifying running back of all time. Talent wise, he's the best running back ever. Eye test wise, in my opinion. But not even Barry Sanders with that shifty and athletic can do that. This guy jumped over this guy backwards. I get it. It gets against a mediocre team. But that guy jumped over backwards.
So it gets really cool moment of the year. I agree. I agree.
I think that had he done that and kept running afterwards and got more yards and maybe led to a touchdown or something like that.
But before that, he broke a tackle.
Yeah, but he didn't. There's two separate plays.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's hard to quantify it. My thing is, I think the fact that Garrett Wilson's was a touchdown in an important moment against like a much better team, and it was also an insanely athletic play. I think that kind of bridges the gap. It's like Saquon's really, really cool moment, and it's going to be in the trailer for Madden because it was really flashy and really cool. But for the play of the year, I feel like has to have, like either a touchdown or something like that in it. And I get that's why I think there should be multiple awards: play of the year, moment of the year, athletic play of the year, stuff like that. So we can hand a bunch of different cool plays out. Right. So
it's just stupid like that. So,
but that's probably not going to happen. But yeah, we're going to move on here. That was, let us know what you think,
guys.
What do y'all think?
First play of the year, the catch or the
play of the year and the catch, both. What's better, right? A touchdown or like 12 yards? I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to Lions Packers. We're gonna move on to Lions Packers here.
That's convenient.
NFC North battle, right? We have the Detroit Lions, one of the hottest teams in football. My NFC Super Bowl pick, looking better and better and better and better by the week.
Mm-hmm.
Move on to 7-1. They beat their rivals, their in-division rivals, Green Bay Packers, 24-14. Jared Goff again plays kind of flawless football. He's had a really, really good stretch the last 6 games. His completion percentage is through the roof. His ratings through the roof. His efficiency's through the roof. And his touchdown interception ratio is also very, very good. He's kind of just doing what the Lions need, which is having somebody not lose them the game because they have the best backfield in football.
Yeah.
They have the 2 best running back combination, 1-2 punch. Period. Easy. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 5 running back by himself. Then you add a bruiser, incredible player in David Montgomery to that, and you just have this 2-headed dragon that's really hard to stop. And Jared Goff's playing extremely well, and they don't need him to really win them games. They need him to manage the game. He's being an incredible game manager, and the Lions are looking extremely good. And Jared Goff playing well. The team playing well. They're managing without Aiden Hutchinson, which was my big concern. If you guys remember when he got hurt, how was the defense going to look without Aiden Hutchinson? And they are holding up.
Yeah, they're holding up. Plus they added a guy too.
They added Zadarius Smith, I think.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Yep, Zadarius Smith. They did acquire Zadarius Smith. He's not Aiden Hutchinson, but he's going to be a big addition for that squad. I still am pretty confident in my pick, even though their I think best player is out. They're just loaded, man. They have a loaded roster. They have a loaded team. Those are the same things. I don't know why I said those back to back. They're the same thing. They have a very, very good coach. They have one of the best offensive coordinators in the NFL, and they have a quarterback who seemingly is not making mistakes right now. So what are your guys' thoughts on the Lions? Go ahead and say, Nick, you were right on the Lions. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right, man. I got the Lions. I do agree with you. I think the Lions are the best team in the NFC by far.
I don't think it's close. I
But
really
I
don't.
think what behind them though is probably the Packers between the Packers and the Rams if the Rams are healthy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But it's crazy because Jared Goff didn't play that good at all. He didn't play that good at all. But he kind of played. He didn't play. He played decent, not good.
He's not making any mistakes, and that's what they need right now. So
good, because right now, QBR, according to PFF, he has 75 passing rating compared 75 passing rating. Yeah, but I do agree with you. That I think Montgomery and Gibbs are the two best tandem in football by running back wise. So I tell you what, the Lions, they're a dangerous team.
they are.
I mean, for those out there that ain't taking this team serious, start taking them serious, please, because this team is coming. Now, do I think they'll beat the Chiefs in Super Bowl? No, but this team though in the NFC is by far the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, I agree with that. Jaden, do you have anything else to add on that? I know, I believe they were your NFC pick too. I believe so.
The Lions
You feeling pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they look really extremely good. There's not much to say.
Yeah,
They're good in every phase of the game. They have the best running game in football. Either them or the Ravens. They have everything you want from a Super Bowl team in January, right? They can run, they can stop their run, and they have a good coach and a good offensive coordinator. I mean, I guess you can, if you gave him Mahomes, that would make it better. But Jared Goff's playing well. He's playing well, and I'll be the first to admit that he's playing well, right? I'm not a massive Jared Goff believer. I never have been, but he is doing what he needs to do. I mean, we look at his stats here. He's got 1,800 passing yards. He's 17th in that. He's got 14 passing touchdowns. He's 9th in that. His overall grade on PFF is 69.4 out of 0 to 100. Really good grade, and he's playing well. So I like what I'm seeing. I think we all agree that they're the best team in the NFC. They're the team to beat in the NFC, and they should be hosting the NFC title in Detroit, because I don't know if they're going to lose more than 3 games. And that should pretty easily secure the 1 seed, right? So, yeah, extremely good. I want to talk about the other team really quickly here, the Packers. They are 6-3. They're still playing well. They came off a pretty good winning streak. They had won 4 in a row. Then they lose to the Lions. They get a bye, and then they start a kind of a tougher stretch in their schedule. Do you guys think that the Green Bay Packers can hold on and maybe compete in the division, or at least secure that playoff spot?
I think so. I think they can secure it. I think so. I know it's a young team, but like I said earlier, I think besides the Lions, I think they're second best team in the NFC, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't have any concern of them making it to the playoffs. I mean, they're still looking really good.
Yeah, they should shore it up pretty easily, I think. It seems like the Vikings are kind of falling off a little bit. I know they did beat the Colts, but you beat a 90-year-old and Joe Flacco. I don't know if that's anything to be like super happy about. I mean, they won. It was great. They did what they needed to do, but I like the Packers. I like their coach. I like their quarterback, and I think they have good weapons. And that's kind of what you want. It's what you want. Their defense is solid. So I just think they got outmatched. They got outgunned. It happens. You're playing against the best team in the NFC. They held their own, but we get to see them play again. So we'll get to see later on in the season how that goes. But yeah, that's kind of it for that game. Just kind of maybe an NFC title. maybe an NFC title preview. I'm not sure if there's. I don't trust the Eagles and I don't trust the Niners. So I'd probably say the Packers are poised to make a good run. So, and Lord knows I don't trust the Cowboys. And we're going to talk about them later. And I promise, Cowboys fans listening, we will not talk about them for 40 minutes because we don't care enough about them anymore to talk about them for 40 minutes. So, promise it's not going to be as bad. But before we do that, we got a couple more games to discuss. We'll breeze through these pretty quickly. Rams Seahawks. Rams win in overtime 26-20. The Rams have turned it around. They're healthy. They're getting healthier. They're winning. Do you guys foresee a Rams dark horse NFC title contender?
Yes, by far. Here's why. Cooper Kupp was hurt. Puka Nacua was hurt. And Matthew Stafford had nobody to throw to. I'm not trying to give him like an excuse, but it's true. I mean, but now thank God he's back. They're back.
Mm-hmm.
I think their little defense is a little shaky too still. But besides that, I think they're the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're extremely good. Guys, I have literally already said this a couple times. What do I look for in a team in January? Good coach, good quarterback.
Yep.
They have a good coach. They have a good quarterback.
Yeah.
And they've already beaten the Niners, so they're both 4-4, but they have the tiebreaker. They obviously will play again, but they had their bye week. Another week here. I'm sorry, they didn't have they had an early bye. But since their bye, they haven't lost a game. They're 3-0 since their bye. They get Miami, New England, Philly, and the Saints. Right. So I feel like Philly's the only really tough game in that next 4-game stretch. And, then their schedule tightens up a bit, but they can go on a run for sure. I mean, for sure. I like this team. Jaden, what do you think of the Rams?
I think, when they were healthy at the beginning of the season, they looked really good. And
They almost beat the Lions.
And I think it just shows that they were hurt by the injury bug. And, now that they got their players back, I think they're going to turn it around here.
Yeah. They got their guys back. They got Puka back. Puka's a bona fide wide receiver 1. Cooper Kupp, even at his age and injury history, can still do what he needs to do and open up that team's offense, right? So,
yeah,
really, I like the squad. I like them. Their defense is getting better. Jared Verse is playing better each week. They beat another division rival. I don't even think they've lost a division game yet, right? Because they've beaten. No, they did lose to the Cardinals. Never mind. So they've lost one division game, but they beat the most important team, I think, in the divisions, the Niners. They beat them already. So I like them. I really don't have much to say about the Seahawks because I don't really watch their games. I apologize. So if you guys have anything to add about the Seahawks, that'd be really great.
No, I've seen a few games. That's about it.
Yeah,
I will admit, Geno Smith is playing better than he's probably ever been playing his whole career.
Yeah, I don't know. And they're
because right now he has an 80 passer rating, off 80.
Yeah,
it's probably his best season since 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot better.
They're a decent team. I think that division's the West is kind of shocked me at how mediocre the teams have been so far, but I do think the Rams will pick it up. So
I agree.
But yeah, moving on here, we're going to talk about Monday Night Football. This was Monday night's game. The Chiefs play the Buccaneers, and they improve to 8-0. They have not lost the game. They're the only undefeated team in the NFL still. I'm sorry, we'll start on the Chiefs side. Patrick Mahomes plays his best game of the year, I think, by far.
Yeah.
291 yards. It's his first 3-touchdown game, I think, in a while. He didn't throw an interception. He had a 116 passer rating, 34 for 44 completion. He looked a lot better. I think we can attribute that to a couple things. One, D-Hop.
Okay, whoever let this trade happen, that is insane. Who let this?
So we're going to talk about the Cowboys in a bit. I want to talk about them really quickly here just because. So the trade deadline in the NFL was yesterday.
Yep.
The Cowboys went out and got a wide receiver to they were looking at the landscape. They were like, man, the Chiefs added DeAndre Hopkins. The Bills added Amari Cooper. We are obviously on that level. So we have to add a guy ourselves, right? So they go out. They procure the land. Oh, the Ravens added Deontay Johnson as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they go out. They're like, we need to match these teams, right? So they decided their best bet was to call the Carolina Panthers and trade for Jonathan Wingo.
Bingo.
Jonathan Mingo, not Wingo, because Wingo's actually probably would be a better pick, the Texas wide receiver. So I don't have an issue with them getting him. My issue is that the savvy, incredible businessman, Jerry Jones, and don't tell him how to do his job because he's really good at it, couldn't get Jonathan Mingo in a better trade than the Chiefs got DeAndre Hopkins. So the Cowboys get Jonathan Mingo for a straight up 4th round pick. And the Chiefs get DeAndre Hopkins for a conditional 4th round pick. I don't want to talk about the Cowboys right now, but like Trey said, it's insane that this actually took place.
Who allowed this to happen? Bro?
They get DeAndre Hopkins for a lunchly, Mr. Beast lunchly, and like a bag of potato chips is what they got him for. And he has his welcome to Kansas City game, 8 catches, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. He has like glue on his hands or something, or like Velcro. I don't know what it is. He's got insane hands. And of course they give him to Patrick Mahomes because that's totally makes sense. Travis Kelce has officially woken up. He is back. 14 catches, 100 yards, another great game from him. Man. And it's just mind-boggling. And okay, so Mahomes, now we could talk about it for real. Before I ask you guys a question, I want to get your thoughts on this. Mahomes, he like snaps his ankle. It looks on the thing, on the broadcast, it looks like he tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
As I saw a pop, I was like, oh my goodness, Patrick Mahomes is out for 12 months. This is just horrible. And he goes in the blue tent. I'm like, they're going to bring the card out. It's over. They raise the blue tent, and Mahomes starts jogging back and forth on the sideline.
What the heck?
Like, what?
Okay, man. This guy is not human, bro.
He's bionic.
This guy is not human. This guy's
Like,
Superman. I never seen another quarterback. Probably since the guy I can say off the air. Is this resilient like Patrick Mahomes? Because Patrick Mahomes, oh my god,
dude!
I will admit, I saw the game. I was about to turn it off. I was about to turn the game off. I can't watch Mahomes get hurt. I started crying. I was literally crying. I started crying.
What's crazy is he did it while just like running.
It was a non-contact injury. He was just throwing a pass, and I was like,
he threw a touchdown too.
And I was like, oh my! I was like, he just tore his freaking Achilles.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, he just tore his Achilles. But apparently, the Kansas City Chiefs have discovered, their medical staff has discovered Achilles replacement on the sideline. So I bet one of the training staff cut their Achilles out and was like, here, Mahomes, please have mine. And they just did an emergency surgery. And then Mahomes comes out jogging, looks completely fine, and wins the game. And it's just mind-boggling to me. So there's two guys in my lifetime that are like this. LeBron James and Patrick Mahomes, they get better when their ankles explode.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen LeBron James sprain his ankle bone touching the floor. That's how bad he sprained it. I'm like, he's out for 8 weeks, bare minimum. He tapes it up, goes out and jumps over a guy and dunks on 7 people. They're special athletes, right? Special athletes who, even when they get hurt, it doesn't matter. Mahomes is one of them. LeBron James is one of them. And it's just insane to me. That was my main takeaway from this game, because we all know the Chiefs are really good. My other one, did you guys see Baker Mayfield's reaction when they did the coin flip and he lost it?
He was like, we lost.
He did. He literally looked up and he closed his eyes. He knew it was over, right? And
why didn't they go for 2?
So I've heard a couple arguments on why didn't they go for 2, and I'm going to say both of them. You guys tell me which one you think is a good argument or not.
Mm-hmm.
One of them I've heard is it was okay. The obvious one that I heard was they're idiots. They should have went for 2. The other one I heard is, okay, let's say they went for 2 and they got it. Best case scenario. Mahomes has the ball 30 seconds, 3 timeouts, has to get in field goal range. What are we all betting is going to happen?
Mahomes is going to go down to them.
He's going to
field goal range.
I saw him get down to field goal range in 12 seconds with 1 timeout.
Yep.
And DeAndre Hopkins is magically rejuvenated back to his Houston Texans form. I don't want to accuse anyone of witchcraft, but I think we need to investigate the Kansas City Chiefs organization for some kind of witchcraft. I'm not accusing anybody, but they have some kind of special sauce down there. I don't know what it is.
Man, that chicken.
I guess so. Is it the Kansas City barbecue? It's mid compared to Texas barbecue. No offense. Sorry, Kansas City. But I don't get it. So, but anyways, I'm going off the rails. I apologize. Going back, I think Mahomes gets him into field goal range and they win that game anyways.
Yeah.
So, best bet. Hopefully we get the toss in overtime. Literally, I would rather let a coin flip decide for me than give Mahomes the ball with 30 seconds left with 3 timeouts. He wasn't even really trying to get to field goal range because it was overtime. It wasn't like a win or lose situation. And he was a couple drop passes away from already being in field goal. P. Ryan literally catches the ball. He could probably run 10 yards, run out of bounds, and he drops it. And so I don't think it mattered. I really don't.
You know how D-Hall posted that picture of Brady and Moss? That's literally Mahomes and Brady. That's literally Mahomes.
It's just
it's literally Mahomes. It's literally Mahomes and D-Hall right now. That's what it is.
But hey, Jerry Jones got Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah.
Mingo bingo.
Sorry, I literally had to process that the difference of GM quality there for a minute. But anyways, the Chiefs just lose their wide receiver 1 in Rashee Rice, and it's okay. They got another wide receiver 1 for free, and Travis Kelce remembered how to play football. Xavier Worthy forgot how to play football, but it's okay. I don't know. Yeah, he is a rookie. He completely he had a wide open bomb of a touchdown and he just completely whiffed on it. Yeah, he can't catch, and that's what I will admit. Texas fans all said this. They're like, yeah, he's fast, he can't catch. Luckily, you have DeAndre Hopkins. Maybe you can teach him how to catch. I don't know. Jaden, what are your thoughts on the potential witchcraft of the Kansas City? I mean, What are your thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs just so far this season? 8-0. What do you think about them?
I don't know. I was just looking at their upcoming schedule, and they have a really good chance of beating every team that they're gonna play. I mean, they have a couple tough ones, but I mean they're playing the Broncos next week, which should be a win. And then they're playing the Bills, which
That'll be a tough one.
And then they play the Panthers, which should.
I can we can take that game right now.
Hey, Bryce Young though, watch out for Bryce Young.
Okay, bro, don't do that.
And then they play the Raiders, and then the Chargers. Then they play the Browns, and then their last 3 games are the Texans, Steelers, and then the Broncos again. So they have a couple games that might be tough, but I mean, they have a pretty, if they go undefeated throughout the regular season, it's going to be insane.
Yeah, I mean the fact that they have a chance for an undefeated season and a three-peat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think if they went 16-1 and won the Super Bowl, it'd be the best year ever because it'd be the three-peat, and they went 16-1. If they go 17-0 and win the three-peat, literally every GOAT debate is over. It's just they're all gone to smithereens. Andy Reid will have become the greatest coach of all time. Patrick Mahomes will become the greatest quarterback of all time. Brett Veach will become the greatest GM of all time. Travis Kelce will become the greatest tight end of all time if you don't already have him as that. And a lot of people already have him as that. So there's a lot on the line. I think they should focus more on the three-peat than the undefeated season.
Oh yeah.
So that means if they are 16-0 heading into week 18 versus the Broncos, or no, I'm sorry. If they are 16-0 heading into week 17 versus the Steelers, I think they should potentially think about resting their guys. Because if that's the case, they have already sealed up the 1 seed. Focus more on the three-peat. The three-peat is because we've already seen an undefeated season. We've seen a couple, I think 2 undefeated seasons, right? The Patriots and the Dolphins. We've seen that. The three-peat we have never seen before, ever. Man. It's been a long time since we've seen it back-to-back. Three-peat you have a chance to do something that's never been done in your sports history. Go for that. Go for that. Rest your guys if you need to. Trust that your backups can win you that game. Maybe your backups go out there and win the game, and you're still undefeated anyways. And your guys are rested, and you have a chance to complete the perfect season and have a three-peat. Yeah. Do that. Focus on that. That's my plea to the Kansas City Chiefs, right? So, yeah, I mean, Mahomes is looking like Mahomes. He has an actual wide receiver. It's over.
I never thought anybody can beat, in my opinion, the greatest dynasty is the Patriots dynasty of all sports, better than the Jordan's Bulls and better than the Lakers. But I think if they three-peat, this might be the greatest dynasty of all sports. I mean I've seen, like I said, I love Tom Brady, but this guy three-peats, man, oh my goodness. And this, like I said before on the episodes, even on 806 Sports Radio, Patrick Mahomes is like the Chiefs are playing like the Patriots with Tom Brady. This is what they did.
Yeah.
I don't know why we keep waiting to say his team's not the best team in the NFL. I have to already say it.
Yeah.
After people on ESPN, FS1 say this, oh no, they're not the best team in the NFL. This is the best team in the NFL, guys. I mean, there's no way in the world this team's gonna lose it. I hope they lose one game because I don't want. To be honest with you, I don't want to see it undefeated season. I don't want to see that. I mean, that's a lot of pressure if you do undefeated and three-peat.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
But if he does it, I agree with Nick. Belichick and
All the GOAT debates are over. They're all
Brady.
over.
that go to that those go. I never want to hear Joe Montana or Aaron Rodgers.
Only old heads talk about Joe Montana.
I mean, hey guys, Joe Montana's overrated. So there you go. Can't
Wow.
he is. I don't
I mean,
like.
I've already said that. I
He's
agree with you.
overrated. He's overrated.
I agree with you. Give me Peyton Manning any day of the week. Anyways,
This team, man.
this team's really good. I'm very confused. I think the sports media either wants the Chiefs to win by constantly making them the underdog or giving them fuel. If I were on the media and I didn't want the Chiefs to win, I would do nonstop praising. They are so good. They're better than everybody. I have them to go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. That's what I would say, because this team gets fueled by being an underdog. Mahomes is a psychopath. He reminds me a lot of Tom Brady in that way.
Yeah.
He grabs onto one thing. The Raiders said he sounded like Kermit the Frog.
Look what happened.
And he literally was like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
That literally fueled him. Like, why are we giving the sports car with a V12 more gas? Like, it's just going to keep outrunning everyone else. I mean, it's like he's a McLaren 720S and everyone else is like a Toyota Corolla, and they keep fueling that McLaren instead of fueling themselves. It's just the dumbest thing. You're never going to beat it in a race unless it runs out of gas, because he's better than you. He's fast. He's apparently faster than everyone when he runs. He can throw further than you. He has a better brain than you. He's got a better coach than you. He apparently can just make magical wide receivers appear out of thin air that are incredible. He can do everything better than you. So why do you keep fueling him? It's making him better. Like the Bengals constantly do this. Joe Burrow was treating the guy like he was, I'm sorry, not Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase was treating the guy like he was Voldemort from Harry Potter, and he wouldn't even say his name. Why do we keep giving these guys fuel? The media keeps doing, oh, the Lions are better. The Ravens are better. Watch out for the Bengals. They always beat them.
They're not
guys,
better. No one's better than his team.
Guys, shut up and just let them run out of gas. If you want them to lose, quit giving them fuel. Mm-hmm. Like it's just mind-boggling to me. And you just have so many people. Harbaugh is saying that Herbert's better than Mahomes. He's the greatest guy ever. You have all these people saying and I get that that's your coach and that's your quarterback. You don't have to say anything. Just say he's a great quarterback. He's awesome. He's great. I love him. He's awesome. He's great to have. Why do we keep giving him more fuel? And you have so many people. Mahomes fell off, right? I've been saying Mahomes has been playing bad. I didn't say he fell off. I said he's been playing bad, right? And he's obviously going to start playing better, but everyone's like, well, Mahomes is already washed. Okay, great. You just gave more fuel to the McLaren. He's going to go faster now. Yeah. He's going to get better now. Oh, Mahomes lost Rashee Rice. It's over. Pack it up for the season. You gave Brett Veach more fuel, and now he went and got DeAndre Hopkins for the guy. So you got the McLaren, and you got the Ducati motorcycle right next to it. You're never going to catch up, guys, ever.
Yeah, never. And now knowing that, at first, I think the one person that I've always said that accurately wise was Shannon Sharp. Shannon said this, and I agree with them. If you ask every owner in the NFL right now, they would take Patrick Mahomes over their quarterback any day of the week. They would. Jerry, he knows he will take Mahomes over.
Obviously. That's like I said, it's like comparing a Toyota Corolla to a McLaren 720S. It's no contest. And one thing Brady always said was that each season he would grasp at everything he could to give him motivation. Oh, yeah, everything. If it was someone talking bad about his team, someone talking bad about him as a person, someone talking bad about anything, right? Any kind of thing they could grasp to. When he was an underdog, he loved it. He loved it. And Mahomes is the same kind of psycho. He grabs onto everything. He keeps receipts. He knows every quarterback that was drafted ahead of him. He knows all this, and he was drafted at 10. He's being petty about being drafted at 10. It's not like Tom Brady was drafted in the 80th round. Like, I get him being petty. Mahomes was a top 10 pick, and he's petty about it. And you keep giving him fuel. Like, what are we doing?
And he was a 3-star quarterback too.
He was 3-star quarterback, and the only team that gave him anything in college was my alma mater. Thankfully, one of the best things they've ever done. They didn't do anything with him, but at least I can attach myself to him, right? But you have all of it's just mind-boggling to me, guys. If you want Mahomes to run out of gas, quit giving him fuel to constantly push forward. And now it's over because he's got the 3-peat fuel, right? But next season, he's going to go for 4 in a row. Like, guys, if you want it to be over, you got to stop giving him fuel. Like, all these networks are just giving him so much, giving the team so much. They probably have a board full of everything, right? Just everyone that's ever said anything bad about him. Like the Bengals calling it Burrowhead. That's just an example of one of the dumbest things you can possibly do. And they can't beat the Chiefs anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now on top of that, besides Tiger Woods, it's probably the greatest star in sports history. Like, accomplishment wise. Because Tiger Woods, look what he did his first 10 years before whatever happened to him.
Yeah.
And Mahomes, probably the greatest star since Tiger Woods and that I've ever seen.
So real quick, I guess I don't want to talk about the Cowboys, so we're going to talk about the Mahomes instead more. We'll talk about the Cowboys a little bit, but Mahomes right now, he has been in the league since 2017. He's in his 7th year, okay? He has won 3 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 MVPs, Offensive Player of the Year. He's a 2-time All-Pro, 1-time second-team All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler, 2-time passing touchdowns leader. He's a passing yards leader, 1 passing yards leader. He has he's the quickest to 30,000 yards. He's the quickest to 20,000 yards. He's the quickest to 10,000 yards. He's the quickest to 200 touchdowns. He's the quickest to all of that. He is kind of like LeBron. It's kind of like the LeBron thing. He's the quickest to everything.
And Tiger too.
Yeah, Tiger too. He's 29 years old.
Man.
He's still got a lot of time ahead of him.
I mean, I don't know if he'll be able to play as long as Brady. Let's say he can't play 5 years. He doesn't play 5 years as long as Brady. Okay, so he's going to play until he's 40 because Brady played till he was 45.
Yeah.
So it's just like we got to if you want the Chiefs to lose, shut your mouth about the Chiefs. Just stop talking about them.
Yeah.
Or when you talk about them, say how good they are.
Yeah. if he plays the same amount as Tom Brady right now, he would surpass.
Is he going to have 15 Super Bowls? Like
they
don't lose.
He would have passed him in every category. He would have passed him in every category and stats.
And everything. And Brett Veach, their GM, doesn't give up future big assets. He could have gotten Cooper Kupp for a 2nd-round pick. He said no, because Cooper Kupp is old. He's got a great player, injury history. So Mahomes has a GM who is focused and dedicated on right now, but he will not sacrifice the future to be better right now. Mm-hmm. So he, has blackmail on every team in the NFL so he can get whoever he wants for a 5th-round pick, apparently. But it's mind-boggling to me. And I don't understand it. I don't get this team. I don't get how they constantly are able to do this. But then I remember that everyone talks bad about them and they continue winning. Guys, I don't care if you don't like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Stop talking about them because that fuels the team. That makes all these guys want to play harder for Travis Kelce because everyone's making fun of him or making fun of his girlfriend. Just stop. Stop.
I agree, man.
So, I mean, you think Mahomes is going to watch people bashing his best bud online and not go out there and play better for him?
Oh, man.
Anybody with a brain, please? It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid. The Chiefs are incredible. They're really good. I don't have anything to say about the Buccaneers. I feel sorry for Baker.
Yeah, sorry, Baker.
Sorry,
Oh.
sorry. A coin toss, was the outcome of your game. I apologize for that. Oh, and they get Kareem Hunt for nothing, and Kareem Hunt is absolutely balling.
Yeah.
And they're going to get Pacheco back still. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. All right, we're moving on.
Right now, Kareem Hunt, man, he's leading in every category in rushing and PFF.
It's mind-boggling. They got him for nothing. They're going to get Pacheco back. Jaden, how do we stop the Chiefs?
You don't.
You don't. Exactly. You don't stop the Chiefs. How do you stop a train as a tiny person? How do you outrun a McLaren and a Toyota Corolla? How do you outrun a Ferrari and a Mazda? You don't.
No,
You don't. But you know what you do? You let it run out of gas. That's the only way you do it.
Yeah.
It's the only way you can do it. But
Yeah, Kareem Hunt has a 89 overall rating offensive wise.
it's crazy. They're going to get Pacheco back too, and they're going to have two incredible running backs. They're going to have a wide receiver one, and then next year they're going to have Rashee Rice. Yeah, they might win 4 Super Bowls in a row. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. We're going to move on to a team that's not very good.
Oh no.
I really don't want to talk about them a lot because they infuriate me. But the Cowboys literally can't beat anybody and they suck. And that's all I have to say. Trey, go ahead.
So, CeeDee Lamb. I got a problem with this guy this year. Last year's offensive rating was a 90. This year's a 74. I went down pretty bad. His drops last year was a 60. This year's a 66. Now Dak Prescott, he's almost overrated quarterback. He's so overrated. I can't stand it. I know. I never agree with Skip Bayless about anything when it comes to the Cowboys sometimes because I thought he was a little bit too biased towards Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach. But I agree with Skip about this one point. They should have not paid Dak Prescott any money at all. And now that guy's injured. So I don't know who they start next. They might start Cooper Rush or Trey Lance. But the one good thing out of the season, man, is just a documentary coming out on Netflix. Of the 90s Cowboys, that's it. That's all I gotta say. I went on a whole rant about it last week, so Jenny, go ahead, take away.
I mean, there's not much to say other than, Dak Prescott's out, so, I don't know.
I'm tired of Dak, man.
This just you finish that you just reminded me of something. Sorry, go ahead.
Me personally, I probably haven't watched the last 4 Cowboys games. Maybe.
Oh, you were saving yourself a lot of
you really are,
everything.
Man. Here's the deal.
They're embarrassing.
I
can't.
Jenny, I don't have the need or the want to watch them.
It's.
I mean, they can't beat nobodies, so they just need to go, just play some backyard football and have fun.
It's okay. So this team is so poorly run. So okay. Do you guys know Trey Lance was acquired by the Cowboys for a 4th round pick? Okay. A 4th round pick. Now you might say, okay, that's like a middle of the draft pick. I mean, it's not crazy. You're not giving up a 3rd or a 2nd. Okay. Do you know who's played on the Cowboys that's been a 4th round pick? First off, Dak Prescott's a 4th round pick. Dalton Schultz was a 4th round pick. Jake Ferguson was a 4th-round pick. Tony Pollard was a 4th-round pick. I can go on and on and on. So you give up a legitimate draft asset for a guy that you won't even take a look at quarterback because they announced today that Cooper Rush is the starter moving forward. You won't even take a look at a guy you acquired for a 4th-round pick. So one, he either is so bad at football, he sucks, and you can't analyze a talented player to save your life, and that's on your scouting department, or you are just so poorly run, and Mike McCarthy just wants the absolute best chance to win so he can keep his job. It's a systematic failure of an organization from the top to the bottom, right? And I don't mean to be disrespectful to the ball boys because they're probably doing their best out there, but they probably suck too because they're on the Cowboys. I'm kidding. They're probably great. I love the ball boys. I love the water boys. They're probably the only people on the team who do anything good. But Jerry Jones can't do his job. His son just like sits around and acts like he does stuff. Their scouting department can only scout in the draft. They have no presence in the trade market whatsoever because they paid 9 million cents on the dollar for Jonathan Mingo.
Mingo bingo.
The Chiefs got DeAndre freaking Hopkins on a better deal than you got Jonathan Mingo. And you want to look me in the eyes with seriousness and tell me you're all in on a Super Bowl. You're being disrespectful to your fans. You're being dishonest and disingenuous to your fans. And you should be removed from your place, Jerry Jones. You should. I wish we could vote you out. I really do. Or I don't even know what has to take place to get the guy out of there, but he's the problem. I get people blaming Dak. I get being upset at Dak. He hasn't been great. He doesn't deserve the money he got. You know who gave him the money? Jerry Jones. You know who keeps empowering him? Jerry Jones. You know who thinks he's better and smarter than everyone when he's the dullest person in the room? Jerry Jones. It's his fault. It has always been his fault. The moment he let go of Jimmy Johnson, he cursed his franchise, and he thought putting Jimmy Johnson into the Ring of Honor. I think I said, yeah, Jimmy. When he thought putting him into the Ring of Honor would undo the curse, no, the curse is too strong. The only way to break the curse is to sell the team. Sell it. Yeah. Sell the team. I said I wasn't even going to talk about the Cowboys, but Jaden reminded me about Trey Lance, and then I got mad.
You know, I looked this up. Since 2010, the Cowboys have had 13 all-time Pro Bowlers and have not one Super Bowl to show for it. Not one NFC Championship game to show for it. And I agree with Nick. It's Jerry Jones. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep saying it. Jerry Jones. People that vote in the Hall of Fame. Beat writers. If I'm you, I'd vote Jerry Jones out of the Hall of Fame. If you can do that. This guy should not be in the Hall of Fame. How is it that Robert Kraft, who has 6 championship rings, is not in the Hall of Fame? Someone tell me that. Please answer that. And Jerry Jones is a 3-time Super Bowl champion with Jimmy Johnson's team. He's in the Hall of Fame.
I got nothing.
Like, how is that even possible? Robert Kraft is not in the Hall of Fame, but Jerry Jones is? I don't know, man. I mean, this team is. I don't know why people. I can't with this team, man. I mean, I watched this game. Our defense sucks. Micah Parsons on his podcast saying we're gonna be okay.
I can't stand Micah Parsons. I cannot, dude. Shut up. Dude, you need to quit using your right of freedom of speech because it's you're killing your team. You keep saying nonsense, and you have every right to use your power of freedom of speech. Just you're using it in the worst way possible. He keeps spewing so much. We're going to be fine. Everything's okay, and he keeps saying all this. He's just acting like bro. You Okay. What did I say a couple weeks ago? I think it was last week. I think it was just me and Trey. I said I want someone on the team to get angry and throw the something. And the first person to do it is Mike McCarthy. And he did it because he knew his job is gone, not because he's passionate.
Yeah.
Micah, stop, bro. Please. Can you just like do your normal thing on your podcast and quit talking about your squad? Because they're bad. Y'all are horrible. And you coming back's not going to change anything. You're still going to be bad. You were bad before. Y'all are going to be bad after. It's not going to change anything. It's over. It's over. Pack it up. Move on.
I wish they get rid of the whole team, man. Get rid of Dak.
I've said that. I've said I don't want to repeat anything I've said, but
Get rid of the team, guys.
a hard reset. Change everything. Logo, location, everything. Just get out. Stop. It's over.
Yeah, I'm done with this team, though. I can't no more.
Jaden, if I gave you 10 years to fix the Cowboys, do you think you could do it?
Well, I don't think Jerry Jones has that long, so I think.
I mean, I would definitely put you in, bro. I'll put you in as GM right now. You know what you would do? You wouldn't trade a fourth round pick for Jonathan Mingo. That's what you wouldn't do.
Nope.
Mingo bingo.
I think.
Dude. Bingo.
Unbelievable.
Bro,
Bingo, guys.
I think you could put an elementary kid in.
It's just so mind-boggling to me. I'm done. The Falcons look good. They have a good offense. Kirk Cousins is beating Dak Prescott. Now that's how bad we've gotten. It's just embarrassing. He's
the own Kirk Cousins. Man, that team, Dak Prescott.
It's over. It's over. I don't know. I don't think we're going to talk about the Cowboys again. I think I've decided that we're
not talking about them.
I think it's over. This is the last time you'll hear about the Cowboys on this podcast for the time being, because we just say the same thing over and over because that's all there is to say.
Yeah,
and it's an embarrassingly ran organization, and Jerry Jones has surrounded himself with an echo chamber that makes him think he's the smartest guy ever when he can't probably negotiate his way out of a paper bag. So embarrassing. The Falcons look good. They improved to 6-3. They're probably going to win that division, I think, now that the Bucs are dealing with injuries. So, yeah, they look good. Let's move on to something uplifting and happy, okay? As you guys know, the last couple weeks for my Red Raiders has been rough. We lost to TCU. Bad loss. We lost to Sawyer Robertson and the Baylor Bears. Embarrassing. So what do we do in response? Well, we go to Iowa State, 11th ranked team at the time in Iowa State. Great team, one of the best in the Big 12. We go up there and we handle business. Texas Tech winning 23-22, beating the 11th ranked team. I wish, I'm going to name my son Taj Brooks. I've decided. My son's name is going to be Taj Brooks. That man is so good. I'm extremely, extremely happy with the win. That's what you need to get back on track. And I think that's what they're going to do. So looking forward, though, excuse me, this Saturday, actually, the Red Raiders play against the Colorado Buffaloes and Deion Sanders. That game's going to be here in Lubbock. I'm excited.
Here too.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to the game, but I will definitely be watching. I'm really, really looking forward to that game. So who you got, guys? Who you got, Trey?
Okay. So it's a ranked opponent, and I think they're both playoff eligible. I mean, because I know you had six friends, right, Nick?
They're already bowl eligible. Yeah.
Eligible. Okay. So I'd probably say Man, Colorado's been pretty good this year.
They have been. They've been playing well.
Yeah, pretty good. Same with Tech finally bounced back.
They did. That's
We're working about Tech. Those are defense. PFF has them.
yeah.
The overall
It's mainly the secondary because the linebackers and the D line are solid. Specifically, Jacob Anderson. Is that his name? There's a linebacker. Jacob Rodriguez, that's his name. Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker, Texas Tech. He is a bona fide stud. He's awesome. But for some reason, our defensive coordinator thinks that we have the personnel to run man coverage, and we just get cooked in man coverage. I don't really get it. The strength of the team obviously is Taj Brooks, and
he's the best player.
he easily the best player on the team. He's unbelievably good. The Cowboys, I think, they would literally give up half the stadium to have a guy like Taj Brooks on the team right now.
Yeah, I'll take Ashton.
Bro, anyone. I'd take you, Trey. We'll put you in the backfield, buddy.
Got you, bro.
You got it, yeah. So I think Tech's going to win. It's at home. It's going to be fun, though. There you go. See all that muscle? Yeah, exactly. Give Trey the ball. Let him just run down the middle. I do have Tech winning, though. I think it should be a good game.
It might be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, because I don't think Colorado's going to be able to stop Taj, and I don't think Tech's going to be able to stop Shador and Travis Hunter. So it's going to be one of those games, right? Jaden, who you got? Choose wisely.
I got Tech.
I also have Tech.
I was really hoping one of you guys would pick Colorado because now there's too much pressure. Actually, I think Colorado might win. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I'm kidding. No, it's in Lubbock, so they have home field. It's already sold out. The Colorado defense is bad. Texas Tech, I think, honestly, funnily enough, I think that whoever wins, it's going to be because their defense made like one or two more plays than the other defense. Because I think both teams are going to score a lot.
Yeah.
One turnover, one forced fumble, anything like that will probably turn the tide of the game. But I'm really excited. I think it's going to be really, really good. Big noon kickoff is coming to Tech. That's really cool. It's going to be really cool to see them there. That's Fox News' equivalent to College Game Day. Fox Sports equivalent to College Game Day. So that's pretty cool. It's going to be cool to have them here. So big game, really big game. Really looking forward to that. But yeah, really happy about Texas Tech there. So, all right, guys, we're gonna. What's up? 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Central. 3 p.m. Central for that game. So really looking forward to that. But we're gonna move on quickly here to football. I'm checking the time. I thought this was gonna be a short episode. I lied. I apologize. We're gonna move on quickly here to some basketball, and then I'll talk about a little bit of F1 at the end, of course. So I want to talk about two teams specifically, the Bucks and the Lakers. We obviously are going to talk about the Lakers because, me and Trey are a little biased towards LeBron James, so we're going to talk about him. But I want to talk about the Bucks. They're 1-5. They're 1-5. They suck. They're bad. Giannis is playing his butt off, and they can't win. I think they should have fired Doc Rivers yesterday. So my question is, should they fire Doc Rivers now?
Dude, yeah. You're fired. Dude, that guy should be fired. He should be fired.
Yeah.
I can't. He should be adjusted. How about that? That's what I learned throughout being in radio. I think Damian Lillard and him are playing their butt off, but
they're trying, bro.
They almost won against the Cavs. That Cavs.
They did. Donovan Mitchell's awesome, by the way.
Donovan Mitchell, he's a superstar now. He's shown up.
He's awesome. He's really good.
7-0 right now.
Wild. That's crazy. Yeah.
It's LeBron James since LeBron James was there. Last time they were undefeated was 7-0 was when LeBron was playing for that team.
LeBron probably was playing with Subway employees and still carried them to 7-0. So, guys, it's coming. The GOAT debate episode. It's going to be a whole oh man, I'm so excited! It's coming. I don't know when.
You're gonna do it for all sports.
We're gonna dedicate a single episode just talking about who we think the GOAT of different sports are, and I'm super excited for that. That's in the works. And just get ready. All you guys that are MJ GOATs, MJ or whatever. I don't even consider the guys who think Kobe is the GOAT as like a serious debate. But if you do, it's okay. But after that episode, you're all gonna be changing your minds. Trust me. Because I got Trey from MJ clearly the GOAT to MJ being tied with LeBron. That's might as well him saying LeBron's the GOAT. So, but yeah, sorry. Go ahead, continue. I got way off topic. My bad.
But I Doc Rivers, man, he was doing good on ESPN with Mike Breen and Doris Burke. Well, why is he gonna coach, man? JJ Redick made a point last year. JJ made a good point. But I'm gonna put on two people. I'm gonna put another person too. I'll put it on one person too. I'm gonna put on Giannis too. Giannis wanted Mike Budenholzer, Adrian Griffin, and Doc Rivers. He wanted Mike gone. He wanted Adrian Griffin gone. And last year in the in-season tournament, they were playing really good. And then when Doc went there, it went downhill in a heartbeat. Doc Rivers coaching days are behind him. I think his best tandem was with the Celtics with KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. Other than that, I'm not going to talk about the Kawhi Leonard with Clippers because that was the most overrated team of all time in basketball. I couldn't stand that team at all. That team was so overrated. Sorry, Nick, I had to say it. That team was so overrated. If it wasn't for the bubble, Kawhi's probably going to get hurt. So, and PG probably too. But that's back to the normal talk. Giannis, listen to this, bro. For once, take blame for yourself too, man. Because you're one. All these coaches are gone. When all these coaches are Giannis, and now that you're all, and the next thing you know, you fired three of them already. It's gonna be 3. So, owner of the Bucks and GM of the Bucks, don't let Giannis get involved with coaching talk. He's like Jerry Jones. He's being a diva. So, Giannis, love you, bro. Sorry, man, but if you ever listen to this in your life, maybe when we get big, you probably will see this. You might call me on your Twitter or your X like Kevin Durant does to people. But you know what? So stop being a diva. Stop being a diva.
Oh man, that's funny.
You wanted Mike Budenholzer, Adrian Griffin, and Doc Rivers. So, for once, take accountable for yourself too, bro. So that's all I gotta say about that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jaden?
Get him out of here.
Yeah, it's just...
You're fired.
I mean, Giannis, can only do so much.
But he wanted all his coaches, though. He wanted all these coaches. And he won one chip with Mike Budenholzer. He wanted him gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just it's a Doc Rivers thing, and and it's I think they need to let the coaching side and all the management side deal with the management side and let the players, be the players. Keep them. They're letting Giannis be a assistant GM.
And real quick, for those that put LeBron over JJ Redick, where's the accountability for Giannis too? So go ahead and do that.
They're not going to. It's LeBron. Come on, bro.
They need to.
They're not. No
one person I've seen blame Giannis is the same as Bro. It's JJ and Shannon Sharp. That's it. But other than that, people like to protect Giannis, but not LeBron.
LeBron is held to the highest standard in basketball, higher than Michael Jordan, way higher than Michael Jordan, higher than Kobe, higher than Tim Duncan, Just name every NBA player ever. He's obviously held to a higher standard than all of them. Why? Because he's the GOAT. But we want to hold him to these standards and not call him the GOAT.
Yeah.
Dumb. But anyways, you know why the Bucks are 1-5? It's not because of Doc Rivers. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Darvin Ham's sitting on the sideline for that team.
Oh man.
He is a curse. He sapped all the coaching power out of the entire staff. I'm not trying to single him out,
The guy was coaching, bro.
but I am. I am trying to single him out. You want to know why? Because I've lived through Darvin Ham. I know Darvin Ham. I know him. I know him as a coach, and he's on the team. And guess who's second in minutes on the Bucks? You ready for this?
Who?
Torian Prince.
Oh my goodness, man.
I'm sure not everyone knows that, but yeah, second is Torian Prince in minutes, and it's hilarious. It really is. It's funny. Fired Doc Rivers, obviously fired Darvin Ham. They're a combo, so just fire them together. I don't care. Do whatever you need to do to get him out there. But yeah, he definitely needs to get fired. I think so. I feel bad for Giannis. I get he wants those guys out. He has to live with his repercussions of wanting Doc Rivers. Trey has this thing. Trey likes to throw the word overrated out a lot. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Trey likes to call a lot of people overrated. Yeah, I'm sure you guys know this. I'm going to pull a Trey. Doc Rivers is the most overrated coach in any sport, period, ever. He gets more grace and respect because of the championship he won with a super team that happened to fall into his lap than I've seen any person, coach, player I've ever seen get as much grace as that. Kawhi Leonard doesn't even get as much grace as his legitimate, incredible championship run as Doc Rivers does for a championship run with a super team. The big three, by the way, that, of course, everyone that hates LeBron says LeBron started big threes, but the big three that was actually the big three before LeBron even went to Miami was obviously Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. Get him out. He's out of there. Get him fired. They should fire him. And you know what they should do? They should crawl to Adrian Griffin's house, knock on the door, grovel at his feet, and beg him to come back and coach them. That's what they need to do. So will they? No. But that's what needs to happen. Real quickly here, we're wrapping up, guys. One more basketball. So the Lakers are slowing down. They are 4-5 now. Are 4-4 now. They're slowing down a little bit. They started off really hot, kind of lost it a little bit here. Are we attributing this to JJ Redick's growing pains as a coach? Are we attributing this to the bench play? So, for instance, there's a stat going around there. The Lakers starters are second in points per game in the league, and the Lakers bench are 29th in points per game in the league.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, I think I'm going to answer my question, then I'll give it to you guys. I think it's a combination of both. Obviously, JJ Redick's going to have growing pains. He started off strong. I still think he's a great coach. I'm not switching up on him because he lost a couple games. It happens. I was expecting more of a start like this than I was the 3-0. So we're just back to where I thought it was going to be. But that bench is actually bad. I don't know if it's because the talent's not there or they haven't found the second unit. I personally think D'Lo needs to be the sixth man to be the spark off the bench. He probably will never do that. But what do you guys think, Trey?
I think it's growing pains too. JJ Redick's still learning the NBA system coaching wise. I know it's going to go undefeated in the NBA, so why are people panicking about the Lakers? I'm not panicking about the Lakers, and they're 9 games in. I mean, wait till they get wait till They get fully developed in the season, and then watch what happens.
Yeah,
Watch what happens. Don't count the
they
Lakers.
they are missing some guys, probably attributing to the growth, the bench lacking in performance, like Jared Vanderbilt and Christian Wood. Guys like that are obviously going to help a lot. So, Jaden, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's just, JJ Redick and the Lakers, trying to find their groove together. And just, trying to figure out what works. I think that they're, in the process of, you know, just, working through some things. I think, they got to work on, their bench and getting them a little more organized and figure out who you want to put where on the court. But I'm not worried about the Lakers right now. I think they just gotta work through some things.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Period. Because last year they went. LeBron and AD spelled them out all the time, and I feel like JJ Redick's trying to take the pressure off LeBron and AD more than Darvin Ham did. Because Darvin Ham, oh my lord, literally LeBron was a coach, and so was AD. So that's why there's not. That's why LeBron's a little bit slow this year. I'm not worried about LeBron either. So quick, people that are saying he's washed up, he's old. Tell me another 22. Tell me another 40-year-old in the world right now is doing what he's doing right now. Right now, at TrueFit, picture this right now. People are playing basketball. Out of shape grown men are playing basketball right now in TrueFit. While LeBron's playing 20 and almost 40 years old, and he's dominating the NBA still. Joakim Noah said it best. He can't even barely walk to the bathroom on a podcast, and he's 39 years old, finna be 40, dominating the NBA. So I ain't worried about the Lakers at all. I think I haven't won them at all. I think they'll win it all. I might buy a goat mask and be like Shannon Sharp.
Hey, bro, I got the hat. Bah,
Still
bah,
for me, it's like those though.
bah. That's what you hear in the Lakers locker room when LeBron is in there. Bah.
That's LeBron's alarm clock.
That's his alarm clock that goes off exactly.
Did y'all see about John Moran pushing LeBron, man?
Hey, it's gonna come back to bite him. No, I'm not worried about him either. I think this is expected. I didn't expect them to go undefeated. I didn't expect them.
NBA.
You grow when you lose. You grow when you fail. And JJ Redick's gonna learn from it. The team's gonna get better. They're gonna get healthier. It's gonna be fine. So, we are pretty much done, guys. I think this is our longest episode ever. But real quick, I have to talk about it. Nick's F1 corner, my F1 little tiny corner that I talk about, and Jaden and Trey look at me like I'm speaking gibberish for 3 minutes, and then we all go home. But guys, this is why we watch F1. This is why I'm gonna tell you guys to watch F1 and watch it and watch it and watch it and learn it because of races like this. Okay, this was the Brazil Grand Prix, and it was raining. Qualifying was delayed a day, and it was okay. So for those who don't watch racing, F1, NASCAR, any racing at all, when it rains, that basically means the best driver on the grid is going to win because it's the most difficult situation. It's hard. You have to be extremely precise. And Max Verstappen, the Red Bull driver, if you don't know him, he races for Red Bull. Yes, Red Bull has a racing team. I know, look it up. But he was P17. So he was placed 17th in the grid before the race started because of multiple infractions, and he got penalties and things of that nature that pushed him to P17. He went from P17 to leading the race by like lap 40, and he held on to win the race. It was one of the most incredible races. He literally was flawless. In the rain, everyone's crashing. There's a lot of like craziness going on. He held on. It unreal. Mm-hmm. Unreal. I mean, this is exactly why this is exactly why you watch F1. And if you don't know where to start, like I said, YouTube stuff like that, get the rules down. But another thing, shout out to my boy Amish. He reminded me of this. Another great place to start is the Netflix series Drive to Survive. It's a great series. It'll tell you more about the kind of the storytelling, and the different lines that are going on between the drivers and things like that. Great place to start. It's on Netflix. It's a great watch. Watch F1. It's awesome. It's awesome. That's all I got to say. Trey, what do you think about Max Verstappen's win, bro? What do you think about it?
Who? and racing is Jordan's team.
Yeah, he only cares about
doing
NASCAR
right now.
Yeah,
NASCAR right now. So.
Yes, I did see that. But yes, guys, F1 is awesome. We're gonna add. I want to do a thing where each of us has our weird sport we like to follow, and have our own corner, and we talk about it. We've talked about this before. Jaden, obviously, his pickleball corner. It's coming.
I'll do golf.
It's in the works.
And Trey can do golf. Trey's is a little more mainstream, but not a lot of people watch golf. But not a lot of golf stuff happening right now. We'll definitely be covering that when the majors are happening. But
January to see January.
Yeah, I'm excited. But guys, watch it. F1's awesome. Las Vegas is next, so it's going to be in your time zone. You have a couple days to watch Drive to Survive and watch some YouTube videos, and then watch the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's going to be awesome. So
what are we doing with F1?
Watch it. That's what you do. You watch it. Okay, watch it. It's awesome. So yeah, guys, that wraps it up here. Almost a 2-hour episode, and not nearly as many games as we normally talk about. You can attribute that to me going off on multiple different tangents. I apologize, but that's how it goes. Guys, be on the lookout this Saturday for a potential bonus episode. We may have a special guest on. Hopefully, we'll see. It's looking pretty likely, so just be on the lookout for that. Really looking forward to this. So be ready for our second bonus weekend episode. But that being said, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Glad to have the gang back together. Like, subscribe, notification bell, and all that stuff. So from us to you, y'all have a fantastic rest of your day, week, morning, night, evening, wherever you're watching. Hope you guys have a good time, and we'll see you guys Saturday, hopefully this Saturday, and for sure next week, normal time. So we'll see you guys then. Appreciate it.
See ya.
Salute.